Hello there, guys and girls, and welcome to this sort of new series that's going to be happening here. Oh snap, my water bottle just fell off the desk. This is a series that I'm going to do in commemoration of Rome Total War, and I figured, you know, hey, we're getting closer to Rome 2, and what better way to celebrate Rome 2 than playing Rome 1. Now I haven't played this game in a long time, so those of you who play it a lot, please don't make fun of my micro, because it is going to be pretty bad. But I do have the tactics, you know, the game knowledge is there, so that's good. So I'm running with the Greek states today, and I have a very, very powerful phalanx component, as you would expect. I've got 5 of these armored hoplites. And they are gold attack and silver upgrade, silver defense. And I've been playing Shogun so long that the controls of this game kind of feel weird. And then I've got 2 gold Spartans. I didn't want to spend too much money on Spartans because my opponent today is Seleucids, and I knew that I don't really need that many Spartans to beat him. My armored hoplites will be just fine. I was afraid of cataphracts, so I took some precautions. I have regular hoplites. And I gave these guys 3 chevrons in defense, 3 defense upgrades, so they're gold defense. And the reason for that is that they're going to be able to hold better against any sort of charges coming from enemy cavalry units. And in reserve, I have 1 unit of this armored hoplite, again, gold attack and silver defense. I also was afraid, or kind of worried, that my opponent was going to bring some of his silver shield legionnaires. And I don't want my phalanx to take the hit, so I've got 4 of these peltasts. I gave them gold attack. These are heavy peltasts. And these guys are really great units. I mean, not a lot of people use them online, but for the Greek city-states, especially when we're playing a faction that has sort of javelins or pila, you need this in order to do well. And finally, I've got 3 units of these standard Greek archers. No upgrades on them. Actually, fine, I still have more units. I've got 3 units of these Greek city-states cav. Now this is very bad cav, but I gave them gold because they are going to be the distraction against my opponent's cataphracts, which I know he's going to be bringing. So here's my opponent today, Prince Shawnee. And Prince Shawnee has brought numbers today. He has all these silver shield pikemen. Oh, wait a minute. I thought these were silver shields when I played the game. He has some silver shields, but mostly phalanx pikemen, actually. That's an interesting choice on his side. 3 archers, and then he has some silver shield legionnaires. So I guess when I played this game, he has 5 of those and 4 cataphracts. Doesn't look like he does have some upgrades on them. So these this cataphract looks like it's gold. The other ones, I don't know. His infantry also has mixed. I saw one of them had upgrades, but looks like most of them actually don't. So, opponent going for a number kind of army, and his tactic was very evident to me when we started playing. He wants a pinning force. He knows he's going to have the cavalry advantage, and he is going to try to use his silver shield legionnaires to get around my own phalanx, which, albeit is shorter than my opponent's phalanx, does have more supporting units around it. So I do have these 2 in reserves, 2 just standard hoplites, and then another armored hoplite in reserve as well. So I should be able to deal with sort of him trying to get this around on me. So he does have a slightly better hill position if I do sort of engage head on, which I will be doing. So let's go ahead and just speed up a little bit here. All right, so here I'm sort of testing out my opponent, seeing what sort of level I'm going to be expecting. Now, when I played this game, I didn't really play it competitively that long. I think I played competitively for only like a couple or a few months, and I was with Hell. There was a clan called Hell, and this was long before I got really active on YouTube. I did some Rome videos, but I'm testing out his micro here. I know my cav is faster. I know he can't catch me. I'm just seeing what he's doing, and he is not really doing a great job in terms of trying to split his cav up, trying to get surrounds. Looks like he's just attacking one of my units at a time. So here I'm gonna see, you know, maybe I can get the better of my opponent, and I'm sending out this unit of hoplites. Now these guys are in extremely thin formation. This is not very good, even though they're hoplites and they've got these big sticks. If his cataphracts charge me while I'm in this shape, I'm not gonna do well. But I was going to wait for him to sort of charge before I sort of bring them into a smaller, more condensed formation. So this was me just trying to sort of bait a charge, trying to look like I'm out of order, and then I know I'd have enough time to sort of click my guys into a tighter formation, but he is going to intelligently pull away from that place because it is not good for him. So what was I thinking? Well, I was thinking it is going to be very difficult for me to get around his line. The best thing I can do is use my own peltasts to weaken the units that my opponent has that my own infantry is not going to engage. So in the center, even though his numbers are much thicker than mine, I have the superior units, and I can rest assured that my Spartan hoplites and my armored hoplites would actually do better. So I'm going to need to use my peltasts on the sides to be able to fire at my opponent. And do some damage. And again, I'm now pushing my right flank here, which is composed of these 2 units of standard hoplites. And I think I do bring the armored hoplite in reserve as well to the right, because at this stage I was pretty focused on doing a straightforward charge. Now my opponent here could have exploited my sort of rash decision of leaving my reserves out of being reserves and changing them into a flanking force by simply taking all of his cavalry to this side. If the engagement did happen on that side, I really would not have been able to do much. He could have just brought his cataphracts in from the rear and done a lot of damage to my troops, but for now, it seems that he's going to stick them on his own left flank, which is good for me. So here we are. I'm trying to get a little bit closer, and I think my archers are going to set... Yeah, they're going to start firing here at his archer units. He's down to 59 men, that's great. And I'm bringing my units closer and closer. And now I'm noticing that my archers are obviously going a little bit further. So I'm going to do what anybody would do and bring my spears forward a little bit. This way, if a charge does happen, I'm going to have a little bit more time to react. Better players would probably just keep their spears behind and then push forward just fine. So here I am. I'm still engaging. And I'm baiting with my cav here on this side. I want the engagement to happen. I want it to happen badly. And you can see I'm trying to do things. And now I'm going to begin doing a little bit of micro. I'm going to pull my guys back here. And I'm going to take this one unit of Great Cav and distract my opponent's attention by pulling it out. Hopefully, he's going to be focused on it. And that's going to allow me to bring in my own units, my peltasts. They're going to come in forward. And I chose to concentrate my attack on this right flank, just because it's closer to his cav, closer to my cav, and that means that his cav are more likely to get entangled up with my right flanking force. So here we go, my Greek cav going around here. I'm also bringing up my units from the rear. He's using flaming arrows. I'm not really too worried, and here he comes. He's going to now begin and initiate his own charge. I'm going to pull my peltasts back. There's no reason for them to get into the fighting just yet. So here we go, my line is lining up. He is absolutely just chasing all... He's using all of his cataphracts to chase this one unit of Greek cav. Not great on his part. And now you can see there's not much of a hill advantage anymore, and my units are lined up nicely. I'm going to do a quick strike at this archer unit, do some little scrambling maneuvers, and then I'm going to put my phalanx down. And I think my peltasts are going to begin firing. Yes, there they go. Sadly, I couldn't have them fire on my opponent's flanking force here. But you can already see that it's getting a little bit hectic. Now, he does have flanking forces, and I'm going to dispatch 2 of my peltasts here to just deal with this and make sure that he doesn't really get behind my line. Over here, I do a little bit of a mistake. I try to run my cav out, but I actually hit the back of his silver shields, and I do a horrible job with my hoplites against his cataphract. My attention isn't really on this front line, and you can see that my Spartans are absolutely pummeling these phalanx pikemen, and even the silver shields are gone now. So my phalanx is doing really well. His flanking force is still there, but now I can distract them with my peltasts, so he's not going to be able to get behind me that much. Archer's still firing into the fray. I think I target his archers at this stage in the game. So here his units are fighting my Spartans. I'm not really worried. I should have probably pushed these forward now, but again, really rusty. And I'm gonna try to hit the silver shield. I'm trying to, you know, do multiple prongs with my Greek cav. I know they're expendable at this stage, but I'm trying my best to keep them alive because I know that I'm going to need them for at least some hand and anvil strikes to free up some of my units. So here comes the first one. That's going to smash right into the back of his silver shields. Not really going to do much damage, but it is going to start a chain round, I think. Is it? No, it's not. It started one round, but now my opponent is going to mass up all of his cataphracts here. And my peltasts are going to sadly get caught in the front. But my Greek hoplites, sorry, my armored hoplites are still there. Still fighting. And now I'm actually going to bring in my own Greek cav to do a countercharge. So here they come. They're going to countercharge. I'm reinforcing with Spartans. Again, I have a lot of idle units everywhere, but I thought this was a nice little engagement here. Total surround on my opponent. The cataphracts break immediately. Over here, his unit of phalanx pikemen is fighting my Spartans. Now I should have taken Spartans off of guard mode so that they pushed into my opponent's phalanx. But again, many mistakes. But I think it's the idea that counts here. Not really. I mean, I didn't execute it totally badly, but I did what I needed to do. Thankfully, my opponent wasn't like ridiculously skilled or something. He was okay. He got a nice build, but he wasn't really that good. And there goes the thunderbolt of Zeus. Here comes this one charge. He's gonna try to turn around. He's going to fail. And again, I'm gonna try to get my Greek cav out of there, and I do through this nice little gap. Here they go. So at this stage, my archers are firing at his routing units. His main body is pretty much desolated. His cavalry got completely wiped out in that nice round, and I was really happy with myself. You know, I was like, I'm using the Greek city-states. They're a powerful faction. I think I played them to their strengths, and their strengths being their very powerful phalanxes and their good peltasts. They also have cheap support units like the Greek cav and the archers. And you really need to play them by using pronged attacks and trying to divert your opponent's attention with your expendable units, and then let your meat grinder here, these Spartans and these armored hoplites, do the dirty business. And that's what I did, so yay me! So here we are. I'm just going to line up here and charge them down. Not much goes on. I think my opponent is going to admit defeat at any minute. And Zeus strikes not again. So there it is. Player admitted defeat. Good game to my opponent, Prince Shawnee. I hope you guys enjoyed this going back to Rome Total War. I figured, you know what, something new. And you might have noticed that we haven't really been doing a lot of videos on GDGaming, and that's because I'm in finals season. I have like a few days breaks between every exam, but mostly I'm going to be studying, so I thought I'd just put this up for lulz and good times. You can see my opponent did go for the numbers, which is actually something that I probably would have done as well if I played against the Greek states. I probably would have brought light cav. If my opponent brought light cav, he would have been able to pin my light cav down, hit them, and then he would have been able to use his cav to wrap up the infantry fight. Because that's really the only way you can beat these Spartans head to head. I mean, face to face. Sorry. So yeah. Thanks for watching, guys, and stick around to see the next one very soon.